Holla at the homie Fat Partner Big Smoke.
What's happening? It's me, a Fat Partner Big Smoke. And right now we on hollering at the homie. Alright, so normally Holla at the Homie used to have, this is like the reboot, so I used to have guests and stuff, and I get to that, but I was talking to a great friend of mine by the name of Ronnie Mack, and Ronnie Mack was saying you should get back into the podcast game, but you should make it to where you don't need anybody, so get strong topics and talk about something that you passionate about. So today I want to speak on why is it popular to go to jail? Why is it looked at as like a badge of honor? So, little history lesson on me. 48 years old right now, and probably was on the wrong side of the fence for more than most of my life. Caught my first case at 14. That was not the first time I did something. That was the first time I got caught. Got set up by a person at my junior high school. Told me she wanted to buy some weed out. I brought it the next day. This is at the time where there wasn't pot stores or anything like that. So, a person 14 years old showing up to school with some weed was kind of a big thing at that particular point in time. So, we're going to fast forward from 1990 to the year 2025. You can look on any podcast and see people speaking highly of not having a past, but still having a presence in the game. And one thing that I would like to stay away from is using people's names that I don't know or don't know me. See, we live in this new internet world where if you see somebody on one of these screens, you speak on them like you know them and you came up with them. And where I come from, my day and age in my area, that's not respectable. So I'll do my best to not specifically name certain peoples in their areas and things like that. But anybody with any presence online right now that has a half of sense knows what's going on, and some of these people that are looking at federal indictments. And the thing is, some of these fellas spoke these problems into existence in their life. They weren't talking about like old crimes. Some of the stuff that they were talking about was the past, but it wasn't past the statute of limitations. A lot of these people wanted to be popular so much, and I get it. I'm in a town where I'm not from. A lot of times people do have me effed up. They say stuff that's nowhere near true. I don't even know how their mind comes up with some of the stuff that they say. The only educated guess I have is, well, maybe that's a reality for them or a reality that they saw with somebody else. But a lot of things that people insinuate aren't my truths. Going to jail is not a badge of honor. I had a fella out here tell me one day, oh, I know I've been in more prisons than you. I know I've been in jail more than you. I looked him dead in his face and told him, I believe that you've been caught more than me. I do. I agree. I would bet my life that you've got caught more than me. But what I don't believe is that you've done more than me. I mean, just the math on how much you've been in jail says you weren't outside playing ball like some people might say I was. So we'll leave it at that. Dude, which is the guy I'm speaking on, is a very mouthy person. I know when I got him when he don't say anything. This is the same dude that brought up on me one day and say something, and I say something back. He say, "You got a smart ass mouth." I said, "Nah, nigga, you got stupid ears." I'll be having some of them phrases that pays. You know what I'm talking about? So, yeah, that's all it is, man. We gotta get out of this jail make you tough, or you know what I mean. I know a lot of people that did a lot more time than me, and they wish they did. They wish they had them same little petty punk ass 4 years that I got. You know what I mean? If you can go to prison and maintain your character, you can do anything. Yeah, if you can survive in that concrete jungle with them wolves, some hyenas, and rhinoceros, them gorillas, and all them characters, all those personalities. If you can go and you can do it by doing, by keeping it right, and no smell on your name, you can use that same power, this same energy to do just about anything. We all, I know for me, I just grew up thinking that that's what it was supposed to be. I didn't know other things. Now, my mom was not in the game. She worked and all that, but she was unhappy. She was making like four something an hour, and you could take $50 and go get a plug from a homie and make $100, and she still have 6 hours worth of her day left, and she wasn't gonna make, what's that, 8 times 4, $32. I already done made $50 profit. Got my other 50, my 50 investment back, and I still got 6 hours worth of stuff to hanging out and chilling. Yeah, nah, I never understood working, but now at 49, well 48, I don't understand not working, because if you don't work, you don't eat. So I was very terrible with my money when I was getting it. A fool in this money soon part. And boy, me and my bank account was breaking up every day. You know what I mean? So this is your fat partner, Big Smoke. You just hollered at your homie, and what we spoke about was that it's not cool to go to jail. Things do happen. You understand me? I understand that. But you, position is everything. And you want to position yourself to be not in a position to have to cough and squat, lift your balls up, sleep in this cell with another person that you don't know, smelling his ass and all that, or taking showers with men and all that. So when I was in prison, I knew that I wasn't going to come home and get it right. I was 23 years old. I knew I was going to still continue to do what I was doing. But I made some decisions. I understood that me being flashy and being fresh was going to put a target on my back with the local police, because I was young. I wasn't working. There were times when my house was raided when I was on parole. And the police would be like, how do you have these things in your house and I don't have them in mine? And I am the police and I work and you are unemployed. You know what I mean? So I kind of came up with, hey, I should look like a bum. You know what I mean? And I did 17 years on the streets while still getting, involved myself. But I had to dumb my life down. When I look back, I'm like, man, I could have just got a job. You know what I mean? I could have got a decent job. Went to work, had a 401k, had permission. When I say permission, not that somebody can tell you that you can't live right, but I would have had proof for being able to enjoy myself in public eye. You know what I mean? But I played myself. And so I think people my age should pass that on to the youth and be like, there's ways you can get money. And you don't necessarily have to get a job. You can work for yourself. This is what I'm doing right here. A lot of people are eating off this. I'm new coming in this game, but a lot of people are working for themselves, but they're not being lazy. They're getting out there, they're getting to it. They're utilizing the tools that are in front of them, and they're turning it into a lucrative business. You can do anything if you put your mind to it. They have tools out there that can help us achieve all of our goals. This Fat Pint Big Smoke, and you just was hollering at your homie, or your homie hollered at you because you didn't say nothing. But this could be holler at your homie if you leave some comments, man. Like, subscribe, share. You know all the stuff that everybody else be, please. Yeah, I'm begging too. Sound like a Jodeci song. Baby, I'm begging, begging, begging. And I'm up out of here.